Hello everybody, so in this video I'm going to be doing my review for Monarch Legacy of Monsters Episode 4. Yet again, I want to give a quick spoiler warning for that episode. If you haven't seen it, go watch it if you can. But if for some reason, maybe you don't have Apple TV Plus and you just want to know what happens in this episode, you might want to go to another video. But I'll do my best to try to tell you what happens in this episode and what I think about it. If you can't tell, I'm recording this on the same day that I did my Godzilla -1 spoiler review. I even have my -1 shirt just right here. I just switched shirts. But anyways, let's talk about this episode. This episode was good. It was good for what it is. Even though it may not be my favorite episode out of this series so far, it still had some really good moments. And no, we don't see Godzilla in this episode, but I honestly don't mind it. Yet again, the show is called Monarch Legacy of Monsters, not Godzilla Legacy of Monsters. In this episode, we get to see Monarch and monsters, so hey, that's a win-win. This episode starts off with this scenery in this desert area. I don't remember where they said it was, but then you have this character and this thing is going off, and then Monarch gets contacted, and they said they haven't seen readings like this since G-Day, basically when Godzilla 2014 happened. So I'm very curious what that's all about. Is it something to do with Godzilla himself? Or is it some other monster? But then after that, we pick off right where episode 3 ended off. The main characters are in Alaska, and the Frostvark, which is his actual name, is attacking them. I don't know, I still kinda like the name Trevor, but whatever. But this giant titan is attacking the main characters. However, are they gonna get out of this situation? Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Let me know in the comments if you understand that reference. But basically, he just shoots a flare, he kind of looks at it, and then they start running, and the Frostvark can't catch up with them. Yeah, this Frostvark is very slow. You can even see him running in the back. He's just gotta go, and he's barely moving. But anyways, they hide in a cave, and the Titan leaves. And then, we have some other stuff with the main characters and a backstory of how they first came together and loved each other, and then showing them present day where they don't like each other. And I get it, yeah, they're just trying to add more to these characters so you actually can relate with them more, or care about them more, and understand their background. And I do think they do a good job of doing that. It's just I can understand why some people may not really care about that stuff. Personally, I'm glad we're seeing this, though. I feel like with a show that has 10 episodes, you do kind of gotta show what these characters are, what are their backgrounds, and their history. And even though we don't see much of Godzilla, we do see a lot of this Frostvark, which apparently can absorb heat with his mouth tentacle thingies. He just kind of goes up to a fire and just and then sucks it up, and I guess he's warm now. I just kind of wonder why that is the case though. This creature lives in Alaska. There's not a lot of heat around there, so if the only thing it eats is heat, I don't know, I just kind of find it weird that it would live in a place like Alaska that doesn't have a lot of heat, but the main thing it eats is literal fire. Maybe there's more to it, I don't know. But it is a really cool power/feature that this creature has. Most of this episode does take place in Alaska. We don't cut to any flashbacks of back in 1954 or with any of the other characters like Wyatt Russell. And we also have this weird light source coming from the ground that we see. And I still think that this is a Hollow Earth portal entrance. Now, in the episode, we didn't get to see what it was, sadly. I was kind of hoping to see what it was. But I still think it's going to end up being a Hollow Earth portal entrance. And then the boy character, yet again, I'm sorry I don't remember their names, but he kind of has visions of his dad and all that, and his backstories and stuff, and they're still searching for him. And then by the end, they escape the Frostvark guy, they get on a helicopter, and apparently they might go to a Monarch facility because the two kind of bad guys of the show are back and they look at them. So overall, I think the episode is fine. It's a cool little episode. We get to see some cool backstories of the main characters and all of that. I can completely understand why a lot of people would hate this episode or think it's absolutely horrible because there's no Godzilla. But just because there's no Godzilla doesn't make it bad, and I still think it's pretty solid. I'd give it like a 8 out of 10 maybe. And as always, I could talk about this episode for quite a long time, but I'm gonna make it short for you guys. So that's gonna be the end of this little quick review. Basically, I liked the episode, even though there's no Godzilla. I did think the episode could have been a bit better in terms of how they filmed some of the stuff, especially in the really cold scenes where sometimes you don't even see their breath, and then sometimes you do see the breath, even though it's absolutely freezing outside. But and it's whatever. And you know, we still got to see Monarch, we still got to see a monster, it's all good. I also wonder what monster we'll see, because every episode we have gotten to see a monster, so I'm assuming we're also going to see a monster in this next episode. I wonder who will it be. But anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you guys thought of this episode. Are you excited for episode 5? Let me know in the comments. And as always, have a great day, guys. Monarch!